Okay, guys, I'm just going to keep on going with my test. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to add the following record to the add sports table using my form. Okay, so in my form, I'm going to import the following: this course code, this activity, this type, rating, okay? And I'm going to do that using my form. So I'm going to go back to my database, okay? As you can see here, I am now in I am in design view, okay? I want to go to form view, okay? So I want to add a new field, okay? If I want to add a new field, okay, in my form, I'm going to go all the way to my last field, okay? So you can see here, we've got the next record, last record, new blank record, okay? I'm going to go to the last record, okay? This is my last record. Like I said, these records that are in these forms, that is in this add sports form, will be inputted into this table. Okay, so I want to create a new blank record. So I'm going to go to new blank record. Okay, and I want to input the following data. So course code, I want to be C0029. All right, so course code is C0029. I want that to be activity Zapcat. Okay, activity, I want to be Zapcat. Type, I want to be water. Type is water. Rating, I want that to be 4. So rating is 4. Location, I want that to be Cornwall. Okay, and great, I've got my drop-down box, my combo box. I select only that from. Residential, I want to be yes. Okay, so residential, I want to be, okay, it's got a 0 or a -1 in there because those are Boolean values. True, okay, because that's a Boolean value which I created when I imported that table. Okay, course cost. Course cost I want to be 471. 471. Duration, and see, look, in my table, I created course cost to be a currency value. So even though I just put in an integer, a number, it automatically converts it into euros and currency, okay? Duration, I want to be 6. Okay, duration, I want to be 6. And now it says, check your data entry for errors. Let's check it. No errors that I can see. And I want to place into your evidence document screenshot showing this data in your form, okay? So all I'm going to do is take a screenshot of this. Okay, once again, great. That's my screenshot. Go back to my evidence document. And this is evidence 7. Okay, just going to there, cut and paste it, expand it a little bit so it's easier for everybody to see. Great. Actually, I think I'll crop it so that I can see it a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just crop this. That's all my form stuff. Great. I'll just expand that a little bit more so it's easy for my test evaluator to see that. Great. So I've got that all done and saved now as well. All right, now it says, evaluate the design of your data entry form. Type the evaluation of your data entry form into your evidence document using no more than 50 words. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to give myself or I'm going to criticize my own data entry form, okay? And that's worth 2 marks, okay? So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put this on pause, and I'll put in that, and it's no more than 50 words, and I'll explain to you guys what it is that I did, okay? Okay, guys, so in evidence 8, it tells me to evaluate the design of my data entry form. So I'm just going to evaluate this form that I created according to the rules that they gave me, okay? So they told me just to create this form. They didn't tell me to make these fields any smaller. The only thing they really told me to do was create a combo box for location. Okay, so I just wrote this. I evaluated my own form. I said, form is easy to use with clearly identified fields. The user can input information for new records. And that's true. Everything's aligned here with my fields. I've got my input, nice clean lines, okay? Now, in the instructions, it told me to add a combo box, so I just said what that does. The addition of a combo box makes sure that the users only select 5 choices in the location field, which prevents user error in that field. Some of the fields could be trimmed in design view to save space in the form. And as you can see, yeah, see these fields here? Actually, let's go back to this. Okay, you can see the fields here. These are quite big for the amount of information that you have in it. They didn't tell us to adjust it, so I'm not. In order to save time, I just do what the instructions tell me to do, okay? But if I went into layout view, okay, I could, if I wanted to, manipulate the length of those fields, okay? It would just make a cleaner form. And that's what I'm talking about when I say, oops, where did that go? Nope, I don't want to delete that. Okay, let's go back and move that over. Okay. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when I say, what are the fields and evaluating what my form looks like, okay? And I also gave it this title, which is a nice clear, gives it a nice clear information about what it's all about. Okay, so let's save that. Save, yeah. And do I have anything else that I need to do with the form? No. Okay, so I'm going to close that form, and I'm going to go to my next instruction. Okay, once again, I just like to close, once the stuff's done, I like to close it so I don't create any more mistakes. All right, so now I'm going to go into this step. Import the file, j216 rating.csv as a new table in my database. Set the activity rating field as a primary key, okay? This is going to be very important, okay? I'll get to this step and I'll explain why this step is so important when I get there, but let's do this. Let's import the J260 ratings, okay? So let's go back. And once again, we go to external data. We go to text file, okay? And it's the J216 ratings, okay? Once again, I've got that on my desktop. There it is, J16 ratings, okay? Yep, that's what I import, okay? Once again, I want it to be a delimited button, characters, which is a comma separated value. Hit next, yep, my delimitation is going to be comma. My first row is going to contain field names, wonderful. Okay, activity rating, let's make sure what we got here. Activity rating is going to be my primary key. Okay, so let's go back. That looks cool. Okay, level, easy, description, okay, all right. Before I do that, okay, I want to be very careful. Create a one-to-many relationship as a link between the rating field in the J216 add sports table and the activity rating field, okay? So, in other words, I'm going to create a link between this ratings table and this add sports table that I created, okay? It's very important that the field values in the activity rating field are the same as the ones in my rating field. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Okay, in fact, so in other words, activity rating is going to be a long integer. okay, by default. So I want to make sure that if it's set up with the rating field in AdSports, that is a long integer as well. Okay, so I want to cancel this for now. Okay, I'm going to go back to, let's just delete that. Okay. Oops. Okay, so my activity rating is going to link to rating. Okay, so go into design view. Rating. Rating is a number. Okay, so let's go back. So I got to remember that. Rating is a number. Okay, and I'll show you guys why that's so important. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my external data. Okay, and we'll go back. So let's do that again. Text file. It is the ratings. Okay. Yep. Ratings I want. Import to yes. I want to import the source data. Yep. Okay. Delimited. Yep. Okay. Comma. Yep. First row. Field names. Yep. Okay. So activity. Don't forget, activity rating is going to match up with rating in this table. So rating here is a number, activity rating here, this also has to be an integer, okay, a number, okay? Level, let's see, everything else doesn't say whether or not they have to be integers, text, whatever. So I'll keep level as text, I'll keep description as text, okay? And once again, they say, I don't want to choose my, sorry, I don't want access to choose my primary key. I want to set activity rating field as the primary key. So I'll go back and choose my own primary key, which is activity rating. Yep. Okay, we can keep that. Okay. Great. Let's open that up. Okay, good. Let's put that on design view as well. Okay, so activity rating is a number, okay, and rating is a number. And I'm going to show you guys why that's so important, okay? So don't forget, let me just reiterate this. If we're going to link up two tables and one field is going to be linked to another field, okay, they both have to have the same type of data type, and I'll show you why, okay? So the next thing I want to do is create a one-to-many relationship in the link between the two tables. Let me show you guys how to do that. Okay, so go here, I'm going to go to create, database tools, and click on relationship. Okay, these are my two tables that I've imported. Yep, I'm going to go that. I'm going to select my other table. Okay, and I want to create a one-to-many relationship between activity rating field and the rating field. Okay, so let me show you how to do that. Okay, so I will click on my rating field here and drag it over to activity rating. Okay, so I want to create a one-to-many relationship between the activity rating field and the rating field. Click on enforce referential. Oh, sorry, I gotta close before I do that. I have to close these tables, okay? Yep. Okay, perfect. So I've created a one-to-many relationship between this, and let me save this. The next one I'll tell you why this one is so important for everything else. Okay.